Hello, my name is Beatriz Flores Martinez, and I am an e-learning and instructional design specialist at Laredo College. If a learner can't reach your content, nothing else matters. In this screencast, I'm going to walk you through a layered accessibility workflow, all inside Canvas, that transforms a low accessibility page into a clean standards aligned experience. We'll focus on four accessibility issues that commonly appear in Canvas pages: color contrast, heading hierarchy, alternative text, and link integrity. And we'll address them using four key tools. These tools will be layered, and the tools are Anthology Ally, the Canvas Link Validator, the Rich Content Editor Accessibility Checker, and Design Plus by City Labs, the accessibility feature. In the end, we'll return to Ally and the link validator to confirm improvements. So let's begin. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to access a Canvas course. Okay, so here we are in Canvas. And the first thing I want to do is I want to check the accessibility score for this course. I'm going to go to the Ally Accessibility Report. I'm going to get a big picture snapshot of the accessibility across the entire course. And for example, this course sits at 84%. So Ally shows me the major types of issues and how many content items are affected. For this demonstration, we are going to focus on an issue that appears frequently in support pages. And so it's the HTML heading structure does not start at the right level. When I click on this arrow, it's going to take me to those issues. There's 12 affected, content areas affected, and so at the end that should be lowered by one since we're only going to be reviewing one page. And the page we're going to be reviewing is the assigning and accessing the TextAid exam mode page. Notice it has four issues and there's a low score of 36%. So this makes it perfect for demonstrating the full remediation workflow. However, notice that the page in Ally does not take me directly to the Canvas page. Instead, it opens the Ally tool panel. And in this case, the preview is not available, which makes the Fix-It tool inside Ally obsolete to use. But what is helpful is that Ally correctly identifies the four issues. And these issues are color contrast, heading hierarchy, link issues, and alternative text. Ally also provides guidance, but sometimes it shows guidance as not available, as you can see here. That means I would have to click help and it takes me outside of Canvas, right? Which is something that we want to try to avoid. We want to keep as much as possible within the Canvas instance. So we'll be switching tools. Now that we know that the page has issues, we'll use Canvas own tools to remediate them. And the first tool we're going to use is the link validator. I already ran the link validator. To get to the link validator, I go to settings. I go to validate links and content. Here we go. So I did run it. There's 15 broken links. And what I do like about the link validator is that it takes me to the page link. I'm going to go ahead and click on the page we want to go to. Notice there's 15 links and the broken link has to do with the e-learning website. Actually, if I click on it, you'll notice there's a 404 error, which means it's broken. So I'm going to go to the page that we are going to remediate. Here we go. Okay, so we're at the page, and as you can see right off the top that uh, there's insufficient color contrast. This image does not have alt text or descriptive text, and there's that broken link. If I click on edit, you're going to notice a rocket sidebar pop out, and that's our Design Plus tools. If I go here to the accessibility and usability, you can see the same four issues that Ally identified. Also, you'll notice that the accessibility checker identifies additional issues. So there seems to be the contrast and as well as the image. Well, let's start by using the accessibility checker. We did identify the image, but to fix the image, although we can click on the image and add the description within the rich content editor, we're actually going to use something else. I'm going to go ahead and cancel. And we are actually going to use a tool I actually like from Ally. I'm going to click on the gauge and notice that it's at 25%, so it is rather low. And the good thing is this time it does provide a preview, which is great. Since this is actually decorative, I can actually indicate that here. But in this case, we are going to use the AI generated alt text suggestions. So I'm going to auto generate it. And we're going to rewrite this a bit. It is a bit lengthy. So let's change it to, how about students sitting at a desk taking a time test? I do have it over here, so I'm gonna paste it. There we go. See how it's shorter? So let's go ahead and save it. I mean, it was a good suggestion, but it was rather lengthy. And there you go. After we revise the text, we saved it and updated, and now the alt text issue is resolved. So we can move on to the next accessibility issue. Now, if I go back to edit, you're going to notice that the accessibility checker no longer shows the issue, and also the accessibility checker in Design Plus no longer shows the issue, which is great. We are seeing insufficient color contrast issue, and for this, I'm going to use the color picker within the rich content editor. I'm going to go ahead and click on the accessibility checker, and here's that color picker, right? It does give us guidance from the WCAG, the technical, it sounds technical, right? It provides a ratio, but to make it easy, the picker, we can simply use the picker and choose a dark color. Now, when I apply it, if it accepts it, the issue will go away. And there it is. We can celebrate, right? Not so fast. We still have two more issues to fix. I'm going to reset the accessibility checker. There it is. Color contrast has been fixed. Now we're just missing the links that were originally identified in Anthology and the link validator. So when it comes to the links, I'm going to use, in this case, Design Plus. I mean, I could look for the link within the content. For example, here's the first one. Notice how it's an actual URL. And then the broken link, it's missing ing. It's supposed to be slash e-learning. But to fix it, I can either use the links option. In this case, I'm just going to use the edit link feature here. So for this one, this is actually the app for ReadSpeaker. So I'm going to leave ReadSpeaker and put app. It's actually text aid app. And we're gonna remove all of this, simplify it, make it descriptive and save it. And then the next one, we had an error, right? So this is just e-learning. And then here we are gonna add ing to complete it. And just to check it, I'm gonna click on it to see if it takes us directly. It does. There we are at the e-learning page. And then the last one, it's also a lengthy URL for this one. I'm actually going to go to the ReadSpeaker page, which I already have open. And what I like to do is just highlight the title of the page and copy it, go back, and let's just paste it. And click on the pencil. There it is. So let's check if it was fixed. So yes, the links are finally fixed, right? And so instead of having the full readspeaker.com URL, I renamed it to ReadSpeaker Text Aid. And this one I renamed it to the document, the title of the website. So now the links are corrected. We still have one more issue, and that's the main issue we were looking at, which is the headings. Now, if I didn't have Design Plus, I could use the heading feature here in the rich content editor, but instead I'm gonna go ahead and use the Design Plus heading. So heading hierarchy is critical for navigation, both for sighted learners and those using screen readers. On this page, the structure is broken, as you can see. So the title page is H1, but the content jumps from H1 to H4 and 5, and even in some places 6, and there's no H2 or 3. So using Design Plus, I'm going to promote and demote headings. So the first heading I'm going to promote is this one to an H2. And then the next one, which is the how do I design, that one, we're going to make it an H3. And the simplify, this one, we're also going to make it an H3 and so on, right? So then the table that's set, it starts at 4, but it does have some bullets, so it goes down to an H5 and then even an additional list within the bulleted content right here. So this is the no or yes, that's going to be, I believe, H6, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, let me close this. There it is. You can see it here. Everything has been checked and cleared. So the headings do follow the hierarchy levels. No levels are skipped. And headings are real headings, not bold text. So now that we've remediated, we've saved the page, we're going to go back to the link validator. Now it does take a bit of time to run. I'm going to restart the link validator. And while it does that, what we're going to do, we're going to actually go back to the Ally Accessibility Report. So it was at 84. Now let's see. Oh, cool. The score is now at 85. So it did increment. It's not a big difference. It's 1%. That one page made a big difference. There's going to be times where it actually doesn't change, but where you'll notice the significant difference is right here in the HTML structure heading. Notice that it went from 12 to 11, and even if I go to the content where the remediation is needed, notice that that page is no longer here. Why? Because it has been fixed. It's no longer a problematic page. And so let's go back to the link validator. It's still going. Once it validates, we'll be able to see the impact. There it is, 14 broken links, and you no longer see the e-learning broken link. So our fixed link is no longer there. And you can clearly see this in the valid link validator results. So these confirm our fixes were recognized. In closing, accessibility isn't a one-time task. It's a development rhythm that builds equitable learning environments over time. So be the connection between your course content and your learners, not the broken link. Thank you for watching.